I gotta ask. Was it in the spirit of low-hanging fruit and comedy roasts and all that sort of stuff? Who passed away? Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That actually hurt a bit, man. Gilbert Gottfried was a gun.
Yeah.
Did you watch that You Fool bit?
You fool!
You fool!
Yeah.
It was like 10 times, yeah.
You know, he got cancelled, yeah?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Really?
He was one of the first comedians to get cancelled. He made a joke about September 11.
Who hasn't, though?
Pretty close to September 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then he went into...
they didn't wait the 24 years.
No, he did it like that week, like sort of thing. Like he made a joke, and then he went into his version of The Aristocrats. Did you ever hear The Aristocrats
I haven't
joke?
listened to that one.
I did, yeah. When you told me, yeah.
Yeah, The Aristocrats is a joke that's notorious amongst comedians, and it's basically... It always happens at like celebrity roasts or when comedians get together and do group functions.
Was that one of the videos that you posted on, or is there something that I got to look up?
No, I probably would have posted it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I won't play it on here because it's very, very vile. The whole point of the Aristocrats joke is it's always got the same punchline at the end, but the build up to it
Is always different or something?
It's about a family of acrobats or something, right? Like a traveling family of entertainers.
Yeah.
That go to an agent and say, "You've got to hire us.
Yeah.
We're an act,
Yeah.
and this and that." And the build up is that they do the most vile things that anyone could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
And the final punchline is like, "What do you? What's it? Is like, what do you call? Is it? Oh, who are you people or something?"
I don't remember the punchline. I remember the story of the build up of it.
And the final line's like, "Who are you people?" or something like that, and they're like, "Oh, we're the Aristocrats," or like whatever it is.
Yeah.
And Bob Saget, Gilbert Gottfried, they were notorious as having the most messed up version of that joke.
Yeah.
The point where their peers were like, they were revered for it.
Yeah.
Because like Bob Saget was, America's funniest home video show.
Yeah, but he was
Full House.
Yeah.
But his off-screen persona was like dark,
very vulgar.
Stand-up
Yeah.
was brutal.
Yeah.
Gilbert Gottfried actually did it because he dropped a September 11 joke and didn't go well.
Yeah.
So then he went straight seamlessly into the Aristocrats.
So did it
joke.
actually not go well, that September 11 joke? They didn't receive, like, he did it like in front of an audience, or?
You want to hear it?
I don't remember it, that's why.
I can play it. I won't play the Aristocrats joke, but I can play the September 11 joke.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for
Did
it.
it,
That
booing or something?
Aristocrats joke is more like there's worse stuff in there considering Mr. Open Mic Night here. More worse than some of the stuff he said.
Yeah, because it's standard. It's standard, like... Hang on. It was at the Friars Club roast
Oh, yeah.
of Hugh Hefner in 2001.
I'll check.
Hang on.
way my mind works. I wanted to basically address the elephant in the room.
I have to catch a flight to California. I can't get a direct flight. They said they have to stop at the Empire State Building first.
What do you reckon?
I mean, people were laughing.
People were laughing.
Pretty funny.
It's in the spirit of a roast,
Yeah.
but just after the worst act of terrorism society's ever seen.
Comedy's comedy, right?
Hang on.
There's timing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
South Park did a whole episode on that timing thing.
did they?
Yeah. They basically said that it's retarded. Like, just straight up. It doesn't make any sense. They were like, you have to wait 20... That's what I was saying. He didn't wait 24 years or whatever. It's something like you have to wait 16.25 years before
so there's an algorithm
it can't
for-
be, considered not a joke anymore.
Current, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, man, the roast was in 2001. September 11 was in 2001.
I'm pretty sure I heard September 11 jokes the same year.
You reckon?
Probably within a couple months, yeah.
Just a tissue, man?
Within a couple months, I'm pretty sure I heard some
what?
jokes.
Just a tissue,
Just
please. Just give me...
Oh, he's been quite benevolent today.
Give me the box, man.
You want a whole box?
It's my box. I bought him. This is because of the fan. What's he laughing at?
The box just fell.
What do you mean?
He just turfs it. Ugh.
It fell. So what?
So eggs. What?
No, hang on, wait.
Eggs, mate.
This is the fourth time.
What's
we're
the
trying
deal
to-
with eggs?
Hang on.
What's the deal?
What's the deal with it? Gilbert Gottfried did a very good Seinfeld impression.
Oh, yeah?
Did you ever hear it?
Yeah, I did. That was good.
Yeah, it was. That was actually pretty good. Okay, so you think making a September 11 joke in September...
I didn't say it was good. I just said I heard jokes.
No,
pretty
I'm saying the
quickly
timing
after.
of it, you're saying is
Yeah, I think
irrelevant.
it's okay. Yeah,
I mean, if it's funny.
it was Fanny.
Do you reckon that joke was funny?
Pretty funny.
To qualify for a roast?
Well,
Everyone else is laughing.
why? I mean, why are rape jokes funny?
Well, get out of my head. I was just about to say, well, what about rape jokes? That's an everyday thing. Someone got raped yesterday. Someone's getting raped right now. And people can still make the jokes.
Now,
Now.
Can you stop it! Stop it!
Yeah, but they say you shouldn't make jokes about rape.
But they do.
some do. A lot say
What
you
about
can.
murder? Why is murder funny? Someone just died. Someone just died. Someone just died.
Can you stop?
You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying.
aware of how the death count works.
But that's what I mean. Like, how do you draw a line with that? Either you let everything be funny, or it doesn't make sense.
You know what I was thinking of? The how the pendulum is swung that far around. How it look at his crusty son.
He's preparing.
I can't when he does that.
He hears that.
His little and he crosses his arm.
I can't get comfortable. That's why.
What do you want, man? You got the nicest chair out of everyone here.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to be at full attention tonight.
Engaged.
And fully
You
engaged.
know what I'm realizing? Yeah,
What's that?
actually, we haven't been here for like what, 2 weeks? Two and a half?
3 weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like I saw you yesterday because that
Yeah.
stupid WhatsApp group. I spend more time on that WhatsApp group than I spend on anything else, man. So it's actually surreal to actually be sitting here. His little smarky face, I can picture it, even when he's sending his
when he's
stupid
texting.
messages.
Yeah.
I don't have a snarky face. He said with a snark on his face.
As he said with the snark on his face. Anyway, I was saying how the pendulum has swung all the way through. Bill Maher was talking about it along with, what's that other comedian? I can't remember. They were talking about how men went from being, you'd watch sitcoms and shows back in the 60s, 70s and 80s, and the fathers in these shows were typically
Role model type
they were
fathers.
role models. They
Yeah.
were the voice of reason.
Fatherly, yeah.
Exactly. Now it's like you cannot have a male character on a show unless they're like a bumbling buffoon who's punching well above his weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The wife is like some glamour who's, settled for some idiot that can barely string sentences together. How is that fair?
Oh, it's not.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, how is that fair? I mean, you're talking about roasts and all that.
Yeah.
It's like we're not allowed to roast women, period.
Yeah.
But men can do... You're laughing at her. Like, if there's a low-hanging fruit there,
We're not allowed to roast women, period. I think you just roasted women.
How?
That's vile, dude.
That is very vile.
Give me it.
Bloody hell.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can't. That's the thing. You just can't.
I don't know. I was walking down the street the other day and I saw
But
a
what
poster.
counts as a woman now?
Don't even go there.
Well, did you hear it? Well, they're asking that now. Have you heard it?
No.
Serious?
Asking what?
Are you
Asking
serious?
what?
So there's a lot of people that are sick of what you were getting at, what
was I getting at?
As in overcorrecting.
Overcorrecting.
Oh.
No, but now you have.
Oh, you put your leg down.
Why, do you like it?
No, I don't.
He's addressing the room.
Get your pale, pasty leg down.
I'm trying to wear
He's
shorts
trying
to
to
get some
do
colour
a
on.
Sharon Stone from Basic Instinct.
There was,
And Wayne Knight's just sweating.
Ah!
I don't remember Sharon Stone groaning like she's dying.
my back.
You know what the best is? Simpsons. I'm telling you, I knew could have shut Burns. He's uncrossed his legs.
I'll tell you, that's the
That's the last warning done it. He's got a kilt. He's got a goddamn kilt. I got it from Space Invaders in 1979. Oh, yeah, that was a pretty addictive video game. Video game? Dude, they have that shot of his legs as he's uncrossed them. It's just, that's your last warning about that.
Oh, man.
I've got to say, speaking of Simpsons, they're introducing a new teacher?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're replacing Edna Krabappel.
Wow.
Well,
Why?
yeah, she passed away,
Yeah.
Yeah,
years
yeah,
ago. Then they had a series.
Oh, they don't want to get.
They had a few different substitutes over time, and now they say it's time to bring someone permanent in.
Yeah.
So they're bringing in a black character who's like a positive reinforcement voice.
Oh no.
Which is everything The Simpsons was not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were never meant to learn anything from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's what they're doing.
You want a date? You go
wow.
watch Fat Albert.
Hey.
That was a positive reinforcement back then, man.
Do you remember Chris Rock in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back when he's talking about Fat Albert? How he came up, he was the original one who came up with Fat Albert. And, no, the Muppets.
Oh, yeah.
The Muppets.
Yeah.
It's like Bill Cosby did Fat Albert with a roller, and it was excellent. Anyway, just thinking about that just thinking about that Basic Instinct thing, right? With Groundskeeper Willie.
Yeah.
I'm struggling not to laugh, right? Because I'm just picturing the shadow of his legs.
Yeah.
Right?
And the great thing is that, like, that is iconic for women who wear, you know, the dresses, and everyone's always trying to sneak a peek, and the women are always trying to hide it. Yeah. And Willie just
does it.
He's just open it.
And then everyone reacts. Like, oh. And then they point a loaded gun. There's your last warning about that. Like, how many times did he do
Well, that's what I was
it?
going to say. That's what kills it. Was it the first time and straight up that's your last warning? Oh, he's been doing it.
It's been doing it, yeah.
But, like, I think about that moment.
Yeah.
And then I picture, like, some of the writers they've had on, like Conan O'Brien was, like, a famous writer that was on The Simpsons. How much fun it would have been writing those episodes.
Yeah. If
I came up with let's put Groundskeeper Willie in here and get him interrogated, let's do a Sharon Stone Basic Instinct thing, I'd be dying.
Yeah.
The same way, like, I laugh, like, when I look at our WhatsApp group and we come in here and we talk shit, I legitimately will laugh about some of our, like, when we do a new episode, I will listen to it for, like, a week, 2 weeks, until I burn it into the ground.
Yeah.
And I will walk around giggling because I'm remembering something stupid we said. Imagine writing something like The Simpsons at that time that was that iconic and having that much fun, and then looking at the episodes they're churning out now. And it's like, how can you even put it on the same level? Like, satisfaction with work. How can you pen your name and put it to it? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I cut you off.
What was I saying?
I don't know.
The eggs.
Oh,
I feel like the eggs is going to get sorted at the end.
There was it started in America. You know that Matt Walsh dude that you've been watching a little bit of?
Matt Walsh?
Yeah, that guy. Remember we sent you that link, and he's like the guy with the beard and the glasses.
Oh, he's a conservative, but he's on that show, yeah.
He went on Dr. Phil, and they had some...
Oh, is he the one that... I think I sent you that link about how he was analysing Hannah Gatsby's last stand-up.
Yeah. And he's always like, do not laugh.
Yeah. He's like, oh, do you get the joke? Because she's a lesbian. No, wait. Did you get the joke? She only says it like 50 times in the first 10 minutes. Lesbian.
So he started this thing. He's apparently done a documentary, and he spent a whole year in circuit going around to different countries, East, West, Third World, First World, everything. And he's asking a simple question of what is a woman? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, other people are starting to ask the same thing. There's been other people on TV shows. He was on Dr. Phil with two people.
I remember that. Yeah. I remember that episode. I saw it.
They refused to answer it. Apparently in this documentary, he gets laughed at by people in Third World and like in the East are like, what are you talking about? Like, you know. But then in the West, they refused to answer it. So now apparently here in Australia, Australian Senator.
I saw that. Yeah.
He's addressing the Australian Board of Health. There's 4 of them there. And he goes, I got a simple question for you. What is a woman?
Oh, I remember that.
And they refused to answer it.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't answer that at the moment. It's like, what do you mean? Yes, you can. You can just say here right now.
It's basic form of biology.
Yeah. Answer it. No, we refuse to. I'm like, well, there you go.
Yeah.
See, the thing I liked about Matt Walsh is a conservative, self-confessed conservative, like politically aligned and ethically whatever. He's a conservative. He's a religious, I think he's a Catholic.
He used to be on one of the news shows. I'm not sure which one.
He was like a correspondent that used to break it up and whatever.
I don't know what. Yeah.
He's a conservative by nature. Same with like Dennis O'Neill. Dennis O'Neill?
O'Leary?
No. No, man. Hang on. Me and Dennis. Hang on. I'm going to get this guy's name. Dennis Miller. Sorry. What did I say? Dennis O'Neill. He's a writer. Dennis Miller used to have a talk show back in the early 90s, right? He was a comedian, then he became a conservative comedian, right? Both of them are conservatives, right? Politically stanced and religious. They're both conservatives, but they're funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever their views are, there's still comedy underneath it because they're comedians first. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's okay to be conservative and still be funny. There's just a rhyme and reason to it. Like you got to, you got to be good at your craft,
Especially if you can joke about what you.
But that's my
believe in.
point.
Yeah.
You should be able to joke about it.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not sacred. Like, relax. Relax.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what you were saying about...
Nothing is sacred.
So pretty much like is now that conversation is, well, what is a woman? And like you say, well, a woman is a person who has female reproductive organs. Mm-hmm. And then what will happen is, well, not every woman has reproductive organs. So that's how they shut you down. So
From birth?
well, this is a lot what this the community that is
Cannot
really,
be spoken.
that cannot be spoken in hushed tones. They'll say, well, not every woman that you say is a
I'm so
woman.
tempted to just give him more editing.
Oh, let's just do it tonight.
I'm picturing a cavern in the Middle Ages, yeah? Like with a name like, the Rusty Boar or something. Yeah. And it's just like dudes huddled around the bar. And there's a guy with like a soothsayer with like... yeah, like you're playing like Knight's Quest and you go into a tavern and there's lute music and it's like, it's like, there you go, Keith. What? Nail for your troubles there. And then like it goes into like a story. And it's like,
No, you got the music going in the background. Oh, yes, keep, I'm here to see, I'm looking for a woman. And the whole, like the lute gets misplayed. Everyone just look.
or another one. It's like a cutscene, like an F&B, and they're all crowded around a guy with a candle telling them the story. And there, as I got to the tower, I was confounded and surprised by the figure in front of me. What was it, my lord? It's a woman.
Did you hear that?
They do exist. Like we're doing as a society, we're going to revert back to the Middle Ages, and we're going to be going to caverns. You know what I mean?
He's a witch! Burn him! They'll start talking with the Cockney accents too now.
Witch.
He's a
I feel like you're gonna have to blur this part out, but I feel like we're gonna. I feel like we're gonna get to the point
Prefacing the moment we're cancelled.
What do we get the timer out? We're gonna get to the point where it's gonna be completely opposite to what it is now, where people are just gonna be like, "Yeah, this is looking for a W word." Like it's becoming such a problem where you can't say woman. Like you actually can't say it to people. You can't say like, it's just weird. It's so strange. And this is coming from a person who has one in his complex, right? And every time I run into them,
This person.
them,
No, them or they.
I don't know how.
You address them by the name.
I don't know what their name is. All I know
Well-
is they talk like this,
So this is the
but they
thing.
have a moustache. What do I do with that information?
It's not helping out much. Well, I don't know.
No, you just address them by their name. Not by their name, just.
But
make
they're
it-
very feminine, right?
So have a
Super
greeting.
feminine.
Say greeting. And
Hang
then,
on, mate.
What's going
See,
on,
that's
bloke?
what I'm. See, that's the other thing. I use mate for male and female.
Yeah, same.
I do too.
But they get upset because they think that you're calling them a guy.
No.
No.
You can't say they as in you're generalising now. You're generalising.
Okay. From what I've called to that type of
Person.
community that I've interacted with, you can't say mate. I haven't been able to say mate without getting people upset. And I don't understand it.
The tapestries of society.
Yes. The inevitable ruling of equality that ends up being no equality because then they want more.
More?
More, you say?
I think it's overcorrecting.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No, you know, I was actually thinking about this.
It's
the other
more
day.
than that, though. It's more than that. It's. So there's a large. I can't remember which. There was not a survey, like a study was done, and it was saying like
More
20 years.
spurious facts.
Yes, of course.
Just outright denies. Just admits he's coming up with his.
It was a study performed by Fox News.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know who it was. I just remember reading it somewhere. On the internet, no less. So therefore, it must be true. So 20 years ago,
nobody who speaks German could be an evil man.
no.
Hey, sorry, man. How much water's in there now? Is there? No, I don't want one. Just I want to know because I'm coming back tomorrow.
How many sow snakes are in there?
Bags.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
want one?
have some.
Not really.
Have an egg.
May I interest you in an egg?
May I interest you in an egg in this
You're
trying
going to
time?
be selling it for the next year. Look, they're just going to sit there.
Do you want?
I'm good, man. I am good. I'm not touching those.
We can crack open
I
a couple.
am not touching those. Salmonella.
You want to crack open an egg?
You need a photo of me literally peeling an egg. What is it doing?
Next to the bread.
Yeah, it's croquet style. Like it's just working. Sorry.
So
Did you want
there's-
the lollies?
No, I'm good.
Oh.
So there's a belief that there's a connection in 20 to 30 years ago, your outcasts of society would be like your goths, your
Subgenre, dude.
subgenre people. But you really don't see those type of people anymore.
No, you do, but they're just not. It's not a thing anymore.
No, it's not
As
a
in,
thing.
It's not
It
something
was
we're like.
people-
Oh,
Nobody
yeah,
cares.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cares.
it's just people that didn't really have like an identity in a sense, you know. So there's that. I don't want to say belief, but they think there's a connection there. Impression that there's those type of people,
Right.
who are a little bit confused about their identity.
Yes.
Being guided, let's say, into that type of transition.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. It's very complicated.
Why are you looking at me with like a bated breath? Like I'm waiting for you to drop some anvil right
Not
now.
at all.
Not at all.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
No, you got something to say.
I don't have anything to say on this
Oh, I've
topic.
got something to say.
Look, man, in regards to like pronouns and all that sort of stuff, okay, pronouns are pronouns, okay? I mean, we've gone over it. We've had that argument before.
Have we?
Yes, we have.
When? I don't remember.
Jordan
being here.
Peterson. We first started talking about Jordan Peterson.
What about him?
In fact, his whole thing blew up because of pronouns, being forced to use pronouns in.
Yeah, being forced to use them. He said he has no problem addressing someone by their preferred pronoun.
Yeah.
But he's not in support of government
mandating
that you must address someone, otherwise you will be
Yeah, just
Breaking the law, basically.
breaking the law, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, yeah.
I sort of think about crap like that, and then that's like crap. Like I just think about that, and then I think, what do you like? Why?
It's just because every time we talk about this sort of stuff, all I imagine is like just going up to someone being, hey, beautiful. Hey. All right.
What do you mean?
I'm out.
What do you?
Because, that's what it's becoming. It's you go up to someone and, you go to like a club or a bar or something. You're like,
You don't go to clubs or bars.
I'm saying people.
You don't even leave your
he's-
house.
No, I love it. He's
Like you even got your
he's
hit
making
tonight.
assumptions
like?
about a life out there that exists that he's never seen. or
do you
been
know-
part of.
Could partake of.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Like, you know how there's all this VR stuff now and people like in these communities online and they see like these like hot girl characters or anime characters and they're like, oh yeah. And then, like,
There you go, mate.
yeah. Let me just pull up my stockings.
I'm so glad I'm not part of that world, man.
That's what it's like.
Well, you remember you heard like how with the metaverse, all these people were complaining because they're like they're online in the metaverse in the virtual world, and they're getting like harassed and all that.
Yeah.
And like, oh, action must be taken. Like, you're on the internet. What do you expect?
Yeah, harass back.
The internet has gone from the Wild West, the frontier, to basically, I don't know,
The internet is the Wild West.
not anymore.
You know what it's like? It's like the purge.
Kind of.
It's kind of just like everyone just kills each other verbally.
Look, the internet was the Wild West.
Yeah.
It was like
been tamed
it was
now.
like it was no. You know what, man?
How?
No, wait.
Because mega corporations have taken it over, and they want to keep making the balloons.
The internet used to be like Columbus venturing into the New World.
Balloons.
I remember the way you described it to your dad. That's how I remember you describing the internet to your dad.
What's that?
Like, you go into your website, it's like an alleyway, And, you know, I can't remember word for word, but you go into an alleyway, your target's at the end of the alleyway, and you've got dudes on your left and right trying to sell you stuff or whatever. You just stay in that alleyway, you do what you got to do, and you get out.
If you keep going straight, you're fine.
Yeah.
But if you venture off like an alleyway, you could get into some shit.
Click here for penises.
Don't you remember Chappelle? Chappelle show.
Yeah.
When he did the whole thing about if the internet was a real place.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, he wanted the scores to like a basketball game. He's ended up walking around with like penis pills and porn and shoes.
Have you ever watched Big Mouth?
No.
Have you?
No.
What's Big Mouth?
It's this cartoon. It's a pretty vulgar like cartoon about puberty, but it's quite, it's quite out there.
So is it targeting adults?
It's an adult show, yeah. Very
about
much.
puberty.
Yeah, very much so. They, it's.
What's your thought on that, Tim?
Anyway, and the main kid, right?
Only you would find
It's great.
this.
It's a great show.
Chime in, please.
The main kid whose name's Andrew.
Of course it
I'm
is.
assuming he's got a big mouth.
No, he's the other. It's based on the other kid. But one of the main kids, he jerks off like many.
Are you
times
sure this isn't Andrew?
I think it's just a biography.
Well, maybe it's
It's a biopic.
this might be why I enjoy this show so much.
Oh,
but
God.
he basically he's like trying to figure out if he's gay or not, right? Because he's unsure. He's like, I don't know, like, do I like him? I don't know. And so he goes on the internet and he like just types in the word penis. And then, like, all these, he clicks on one link on Google, for example, and then all these other ads of, like, gay sex start popping up, and he's, like, trying to click off, but you can't, so he just keeps clicking more, and then his parents are like, why is there all these sausages on my screen? And it just gets out of control. Like, there's just dicks everywhere. It's just ridiculous.
Okay, the way I think the internet is, let's say the early to mid-90s was like Norse explorers heading to find new land and
In
being
the 90s?
afraid when we were in the 90s.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It was like Norse explorers trying to find new land and being afraid of the edge of the earth where the monsters are, right? And then Columbus eventually finding the new world and sort of going. It then became the Wild West, where forums, IRC, MSN, MySpace, AOL, chat, like all these started coming up, and then it was like a free-for-all. You know what I mean? Like actual, like, dude, like, you ever watched To Catch a Predator?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I've binge watched them, right?
Yeah, same.
Bad.
Yeah.
I've watched every episode.
I'm Chris Hansen.
I'm Chris Hansen. I'm a Dateline
And you
Agency.
just see their face, like,
What are you doing here? Here's a guy. Drove 2 hours across state line.
have a seat.
Yeah, have a seat right there, please. Take
No,
your hands out of
I
your
don't want
pockets,
to.
please.
Have a seat.
Anyway, all these guys, they get busted because they're in AOL chat rooms looking for minors. Yeah?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know where to start to find a minor on the internet.
Everywhere.
No, like, honestly.
Minecraft.
Apparently,
Hey, here we go.
you've watched those upper echelon videos I've sent you?
Yeah.
He did a video on, apparently, Among Us. You know Among Us?
Yeah.
Apparently on Among Us, they're using the servers now to groom teens on there.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out.
Okay,
Hey, he did a video, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I've never played it, but I
I've
was like,
never
oh.
even heard of that. Yeah.
this is my point.
I was like, wow.
If I wanted to find a minor on the internet, I wouldn't know where to start.
Among Us.
Destiny voice chat.
Oh,
Fuck you, you asshole. Hey, you sounded alright.
Nah, it'd be more COD, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, a
little
little
bit
bit cold, yeah. Get out of the corner. Why don't you come in the corner?
This whole episode's going to have to be muted.
This is going to be flagged in every server across the world. They're going to literally, feds are going to come busting in. I'm not going to pay that bill. There's no point. You know what I mean?
Just ask them. Just spot me $39 before you go.
No. If you got, like, I wouldn't know where to look, right? It's gone from the Wild West where, like, you literally was like counties and borders and Indians and knock shops and bars and Dodge City and whatever.
Native Americans.
Now it's all underground, man. It's
No, he's
more
talking
like
about Durka. Yeah.
no Native Americans. They were Indians
sorry.
then.
Oh, right.
I'm talking about the Wild West. They never called them Native Americans in the Wild West. They were Indians.
They called them the Iroquois. The Mohicans.
So by that logic, can I also call the black people by their original name?
No.
Why? But that logic sounds really similar to that.
Yes, Tim, that's an interesting...
Now you're going to have to edit that out too.
Oh, my!
I'm going to leave it all in. Screw you.
I don't think he cares too much.
I'm safe.
Oh, but that might affect his future money making scheme with a certain someone.
What? No, I don't know who you're talking about.
No. They're going to come and find me. I'll be
Captain
sitting there one
Cupcake,
day.
man. I don't know.
I'll be sitting there typing one day. Someone will walk into an office. Yeah, we're here to find Booze Hound. Yeah, mate. You don't happen to know an Andrew? Yeah, he's down the road. Here's his number.
No, I think it.
Everything you're going to ask me is true.
Your country thanks you.
Yeah. He just puts his hand on an earpiece.
If there's anything we can ever do for you, yeah, there's a bill, $39.
It's 39.
I've got a visual on the suspect. Try and take him alive.
He's running in his underwear.
Yeah, I was going to say something in his jocks. He'll be running along the Pean Highway in his jocks. Wearing a headset on his head.
I can't remember which episode it is. Which episode is it when Homer's running and they've got the helicopter on him? And he's making a getaway and like he's climbing over a fence or something. I can't remember which one it is.
I don't know. I'm just
and they're doing commentary.
I'm just remembering when he's stewing in his own juices.
Yeah, he's stewing in his own juices.
Oh, and then he's in the shower.
That is.
Then he's in the shower.
Sexual
right?
power.
Yeah, but he's in the shower.
Yeah.
He's like, sitting in the... And that chopper just comes in. Like he falls naked on the...
Doesn't the chopper knock the car over or something? Like with the...
I'm not a bad guy.
Oh, man.
Do you want the best moment? I've mentioned this before. Cat Burglar episode again. When they're all booing him when he comes out to the front door. They're booing him in their throat.
I used to believe in something.
And there's Barney Gump Simpson. It was part of his crew. Yeah. Okay, we need to stop going back to The Simpsons.
This episode is completely like gone off the rails tonight.
I've been very contained, thank you.
Piss off. It's because you're wearing shorts and you got your leg propped up. That's why. Just stop that, man. It's really disgusting. You know what I was thinking about?
Should I uncross my legs?
No. You've been warned about that. You know what I was thinking about? Like, you get this...
No, go.
Please, I insist.
No, go, continue.
Oh, he doesn't want to be rude. That's fine.
No,
it's fine. No.
Well, it was just a continue...
No, see?
Now we're going to have to edit this out.
That's what I mean.
It was just a reminder. It all comes... I don't know.
Speak, little Timmy.
Use your speaking voice.
Well, it comes down to basically these people. Well, these people, they want...
Who?
The people we're talking... Is this you? Were you continuing that? Are we still talking about that, aren't we?
No, Native Americans.
Oh, no, okay, no, don't worry. Yeah, Native Americans.
Who are you talking about?
He was talking about the LGBTQ plus community.
I was just going to finish off on something. Because they're so invested in the identity. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
They're so invested in it. You know, it's the be-all and end-all for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Like, they can't, exist on any other plane other than that. Like, that's it, And I was just looking at pretty much, like, just these two, like, I saw a story yesterday on the news, and another one is an article I pulled up. I ran into it a little while ago, but I saved it for a future reference. And it was all about, like, that, with, like, identity, okay? And the fact, like this, like, it was all right, let me just quickly pull it up. So there's a spokesperson, a prominent disabilities activist, okay, who said that they don't want scientists to, because now they're saying they've got the technology to basically, when, you've got your embryos that have been fertilized.
As in through IVF?
Oh, just whatever.
Generally.
Generally, you get pregnant, and now they got the technology where they can pretty much check the progress of the embryo and see how far along it is and see if it's in the DNA, like in its DNA. I don't know how it works exactly, if it's going to have any future diseases.
Yeah.
Okay? And so they're saying they've got the technology where they can actually nip that in the butt soon. Okay? And so these activists has come out and gone, well, doing that would be the equivalent of causing genocide because these people with disabilities, that would be their identity. It's an article.
Oh, I get it.
You're taking away future identity from an embryo.
Because you're stopping them from having disabilities.
You're stopping them from having a
I think
disability.
that person has a disability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's, here we go.
Because there is nothing more damaging to someone's life than going through and living through a disability for a lot of these people and the person caring for them. As someone who knows a lot of people like that.
As in, if it could be avoidable.
If it could be avoidable, to say that is so offensive to all the people that struggle for years trying to keep these people alive, safe, quality of life.
Quality of life, dignity, all that sort of thing.
It's fucking hard.
Yeah.
And it's sad, and it's depressing, and it's lonely.
So a prominent disabilities activist spoke against the use of genetic editing to eliminate diseases from birth because it would be tantamount to, quotation marks, a genocide against the culture of the disabled. Alice Wong, who served on President Barack Obama's National Council on Disabilities, is the founder of the Q Disability Visibility Project.
Is there a picture of her?
No.
If she takes a Panadol, I'll lose my shit. All right? Because
What do you mean?
if she takes a Panadol, she's basically saying stop the advancement of science.
So Wong discussed the possibility of human embryo gene editing reaching a point at which certain disabilities can be treated at or before birth and thus eradicated. We're talking about removal of diseases, she said. That's forever. That's a change and modification that will be passed on to future generation. So that's actually genocide. It's a form of eugenics where certain lived experience is seen as undesirable and unimaginable.
Isn't that what evolution is?
You know what's interesting?
So she has spinal muscular atrophy.
How come she's not advocating for, hair salons to remove all hair dyes? Getting old is just part of life.
You ever,
advocating for Botox?
You ever dyed your hair?
Yeah.
That shit burns.
It does. No, I'm just saying, has she ever advocated for Botox to be eliminated? Because people are trying to slow the aging process?
Yeah.
And last night on the news, I somehow
How about steroids?
Yeah.
Steroids, cortisone, they help aging,
These aren't people who live in reality. And so the other story was last night I somehow happened to catch the news. Come here for 7 or 9. And they're talking about...
They're all the same.
Yeah.
So after the weekend...
Tonight on Channel 10 with Peter Hitchner. Tonight on Channel 9 with Peter Hitchner.
What the fuck?
Tonight on the news with Peter Hitchner. So this is the news nowadays for you, okay? So after the Heard v Depp highlights of the day, which was on Australian National... On the national news,
I said that to someone today. I said Carlton v North Melbourne next week.
All right, so that's how serious you already know the news is. They had a part on. I don't know if did you see the news last night? I think that is it. They had a thing about having women like sports personalities, and they've got like a foundation, pretty much, where it's a foundation where they're trying to get more women into sports media.
What happens if women don't want to do that?
Yeah, no, it's like a foundation to get them in it, kind of like like your Auskick thingy, but for getting women into to whether it's voiceover or journal like articles or on the actual like the footy, getting commentary and all that. And they're talking about the fact that straight away the male dominated industry.
What is voiceovers?
Sports
presenters.
Sports entertainment, basically, like everything, whether it's like journalists, commentators, media person, whatever, audio. Like they had to make sure they were saying it was male dominated. This is the news, mind you. And they had like the 3 or 4 women on, like these are the women that are going to be, going to be on the news. They made sure they had one of every colour. And then they were like, we've got 7 or 8 of them that are lined up to get into sports in the next year, or whatever.
Sports media.
And 4 of them have disabilities.
As in something to make note of?
Just 4 of them have disabilities. And
like classification is how bad disability, though?
Well, they just said 4 of them have disabilities.
They didn't say it was news.
This was on the news.
Who gives a shit if they have disabilities?
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. It's all about identity. They're trying to get the identity out there. So we're trying to have inclusion, diverse.
Give them the job.
Give them the job.
It had nothing to do, like there was no topic to do with the disability.
There was no context to disabilities?
No, they just said, we have 7 or 8 women lined up. These are the 4 that we're showing you now. Well, you know, and then the spokesperson,
man, that's like saying putting anyone. Oh, this is Jerry,
and he has violent diarrhea.
Yeah, I was going to say this is Jerry. He's going to be the new, weatherman for Channel 6. Oh, and also he's a gay black man with a massive penis.
Well, there you
Who
go.
gives a shit?
But as we're on this
Massive
topic,
black man with a giant penis as his fucking title. Can you
Thanks,
tell us
Tom.
what you'll be doing tonight? I'll be going home and fucking my wife. Oh, outstanding!
Well done.
White guy standing over there. Why can't I say that?
Gives him a handshake as well.
thanks, Tom. Thanks, Cream.
That's creamy. He's a regular looking man with a funny name.
That's one of the best lines. But that's what I'm getting at.
What's the reporter's name in South Park? Do you remember?
Creamy Goodness.
No.
The guy's name is Creamy Goodness.
It's Creamy Goodness.
Yes.
No, I think there was multiple then. There was another
They used to
one.
have random,
the
random
names,
reporters.
yeah.
But that one was and now reporting live is a normal looking man with a funny name. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Creamy
Goodness. Dude, me and him used to laugh about that in high school.
Man, yeah.
20 plus years ago.
Like 10 years out of high school, you come across a yogurt, creamy, like extra creamy goodness or whatever.
Anyway.
But that's what I'm getting at. So it's all about, you're ticking off the buzzwords and it's all about identity. It's not about like what you bring to the table.
Yeah.
And it's a sad state of affairs because it's like, it's taken a turn as like, it's not a matter of like your character. It's what you check off on a box.
Yeah, no, I understand. See, what I was trying to get at before is I think about this sort of shit all the time. Like, obviously, you and I especially, we read about historical figures. We read like a lot into that sort of shit, yeah? And it's not just, it's not just war and politics.
No, of
it's
course
art,
not. Yeah, it's everything.
Inventors, it's explorers,
Yeah.
And if you've got 20 minutes on the can or you're sitting around waiting for...
I remember the name. It was Tom Pusslicker.
Thanks for spannering up my momentum.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
Please.
Back on a serious note.
I was going to say, let's say we're all sitting around waiting for the kettle to boil, right?
Yeah.
And you pick up your phone and you go to Wikipedia.
Yeah.
What are the first things you typically look for?
Someone's name.
In all honesty, I actually do random search. I just click on random, give me something random.
Yeah.
And I'll probably go through a couple of them before I find something I like. But it can be whatever, whether it's
What do you normally what do you go
Samuel
to?
Jackson.
anything that draws me to ancient
No,
world.
I'm serious.
You just look up his bio. and
Usually,
work
yeah, that's my go-to.
Anything,
Samuel L. Jackson.
anything pre-modern era, basically.
I'm a mushroom cloud driving motherfucker.
I just want to count how many motherfuckers are on his Wikipedia page.
Continue.
Anything pre-modern era, basically. Anything.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. Anything
You?
probably up
Other than
until...
Samuel L. Jackson?
I typically don't use it anymore.
Yeah?
Just Google search. If it's the first thing that pops up, I click it.
What do you search, though?
Not much.
With me, I always find myself looking at historical figures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Like I look at a figure from the past, whether it's Napoleon or an explorer or something like that, and I'll look at his bio, where he came from, and then what was going on around the world at the same time.
Yeah.
Do a lot of that. I'll look up like a random basketballer or something.
Yeah,
from
like
the
a
90s.
name. Someone's specific.
A name, from, like maybe I saw something in the article or something. I might look at the golden era of like Hollywood, and I might go into like actors and stuff. Maybe a model of a car, random crap from history, and just go in, right? And I was sort of thinking about this. Yeah, these people, male or female, it doesn't matter. They create they go out to forge these careers, these identities built on achievements. You know what I mean? Achievement, not even success, just achievement and like
merit.
Merit. Yeah, exactly. That's a really good word to use, man. Well done.
Thank you. Word of the day, toilet paper.
Merit. See? Anyway, like merit, and just
I'll go have a Wikipedia merit later.
where you forge your identity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I understand that not everyone is a leader. I understand that everyone is an inventor. I understand that, the bar's set high, especially these days.
But
right?
you know what, though? Sorry to interrupt. I'm just...
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry. That's true. But the thing is, in the older days, it was only one or two people that would be big in that, say, a country or city, state or whatever, because there weren't as many opportunities. Nowadays, you can be a leader in any field.
Oh, yeah.
Like back then, it was just like the leader, you general of a country or king of a country or queen of an empire.
If you're the chieftain of the village,
You're the big
that was
honcho and that's it. Nobody else
You
exists.
die or get taken out.
Yeah. Nowadays, like,
Anyone could be.
just because you're not famous doesn't mean you can't forge
But
your
you
own.
said the magic word. Everyone is trying to forge. The only thing they're trying to forge forward is fame.
Yeah.
Through,
Yeah.
like TikToks
Yeah.
and bullshit like that, right?
Yeah.
I saw something, the Big Brother, right? The new series of Big Brother. I keep seeing these ads while I was watching the footy or whatever. And they were talking about, actually, MasterChef has done the same thing as Big Brother. They've brought back all the old winners
Right.
against a whole new team of, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm watching, this is what ticked me off, man. MasterChef is sort of like you're a chef. You're a cook. So they brought back the old favourites, the one that won the first one.
Yeah, it's all the previous winners against like the new.
And it's like, okay, I get it. Like cooking, it's a skill, whatever. Big Brother, they're bringing back like all these prior winners and
Is
intruders.
Big Brother still around?
The new one. Yeah, they're doing a new season. And they're bringing back all these intruders from the previous ones. Some intruder, at least just the gist of what I got, right? One of the couples from like a previous Big Brother is now dating someone else inside the Big Brother house, so they've brought the ex back in. I was like, really? Like, is that where we're at? They brought back that Reggie, that bird from the
One
woman
of the
from
original
Tasmania.
winners. She was the first
She was
winner.
like the second
winner.
or third. Yeah. And her quote was, Big Brother is in my blood. She's going to come back and win everything. I'm like, you're talking as if Big Brother was like forged in your veins through years of generations fighting wars, or like working in a guild or something.
You want to know something about
My father was a watchmaker. My grandfather was a watchmaker. My cousin went to Big Brother. You know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you serious?
I'm waiting for the move to big person. That'll be the day.
Yeah. So that's my point. Like, with the whole identity thing.
Like, okay, yeah, I get what you.
Yeah. He's slow to the party, man.
Yeah, I see he's getting his
Oh
bedtime.
no, I was wrong.
It's past his bedtime.
I was trying to roll.
The sunset hours
15
ago.
minutes past 8.
Take your time.
I'm sleepy.
There we go. Okay. The whole thing with the whole identity thing, right? Like, everyone's trying to forge an identity. Everyone's trying to stand out. No one wants to work anymore. Everyone wants to be famous for getting clicks on YouTube or whatever, right? So it's low-hanging fruit. Everything is low-hanging fruit. That's why people are miming videos hoping to go viral.
Yeah.
That's why people are doing stupid challenges like the milk crate challenge. Remember that?
No.
You don't remember
where you stand on
you
it.
stand on the milk
yeah,
crates.
Yeah.
And?
One milk crate.
You're right?
I'm going to get some clicks out of that.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate if you bled my face. Thank you.
No. Freedom of expression.
No. When that milk crate challenge came up, I remember I put a video up of a guy like totaling himself trying to do the milk crate challenge, and there's a picture of Sir Edmund Hillary just staring at him. Like, this man climbed Everest in like barefoot, you know what I mean, with no oxygen tanks and a Sherpa.
No one cares.
No one gives a shit. Yeah. This guy wiped himself out on 4 stacks of milk crates and he's viral. For why?
Yeah.
Right?
Talent, it's weird, right? It's really weird. People who are talented, like genuinely talented, no one cares about.
No.
And you're not going to make any money.
That's true. That's true.
No.
There's that.
Can I get my point out?
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh no, it was in regards to what you're saying. But go.
I'm trying to come back full circle with what you were actually talking about.
It's a long circle, man. Hurry up.
About which part?
Which part?
Just let me finish, all right?
Is this leading back into the LGBTQ?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So I'm going back to like identity. I'm going back to everyone wants to feel like they're part of a society, a movement, like they're doing something.
Yeah.
If you're waking up in the morning and your biggest crisis to deal with is what pronoun you're being called, like, worry about that. That's an afterthought, man. You're still allowed to live and breathe and do something productive.
You know, when you say that, the first thing I think of is like, yeah, they wake up and they're just like, if I go to the fruit shop,
call me what I need to be called.
I don't want them to say, hey, girl.
No. Like, dude, Chappelle had brought up a good thing, made a point. We raised this last time. How I said, how come it's easier for Caitlyn Jenner to be, it's okay for Bruce Jenner to be called Caitlyn, but it was that hard for Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay to be called Muhammad Ali. And he made a good point. Muhammad Ali, man, like, he was in the like Olympian, got trained, like, was all about, and this is a different time, obviously, you know what I mean? But he was blackballed and banned because he refused to serve in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Because he's like, why would I go there and kill Vietnamese people who've never done anything to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting treated like slaves here. You know what I mean? The civil rights movement had barely started in America at that time. But he made a good point, right, about the whole Caitlyn Jenner thing. If your pronoun is your biggest struggle to deal with, then you don't know struggle, man.
No.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
true.
Do
That's
not
true.
know struggle. There are like, Kurds in the Middle East that are fighting genocide right now just to exist.
Yeah.
We don't mean exist.
The all-female Kurd battalions that are like
Yeah,
holding off.
hardened freaking warriors, man.
Yeah.
Then these people go to sleep with an AK-47 in their hands
Yeah.
while they're cradling a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's not based on their pronoun or sexuality. That's just based on their ethnic makeup,
Yep.
which they have no power over. Like, this is what I was born. And
It's the Turks that, who is it? Is it, no. They
there
don't
was
get
a-
along with the Turks.
There was an Ottoman genocide of Kurds.
Yeah.
But it's Iraqi Kurds that are getting wiped out as well.
By who now?
Syrians, I think. I can't remember.
Okay.
Iraqis? No, Iraq.
Is it Iraq?
Yeah, Iraq was wiping Kurds out.
But there was a big issue with
Russians too, I think.
the ISIS.
Yeah.
Was it ISIS?
The Kurdish people are sort of like stuck in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Same way the Armenians were.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. There are so many genocides based on race, religion, beyond any control, beyond any, you know what I mean? But if you're living in a Western society
Yeah, your biggest.
and you're waking up and you're literally trembling and afraid to go outside because someone hasn't referred to you by your preferred pronoun, man, like, life is hard enough.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't be what you want to be, but there are bigger fires to
You don't have
put
to
out.
make it such a big deal.
There are bigger fires to put out.
I think as well, like, I think it's only such a big deal as well is because they are then being sold this every minute of their life. Not sold, but like in a sense, like, well, don't take this from anyone. Or everything that they're consuming is like, well, you got to be you. Don't take no for an answer, or don't even take like a neutral approach. Like, you have to be who you are.
You know what's interesting, man? It's like, I mean, we're all second generation Greek Australian, Italian Australians, right?
Yeah.
We grew up. Our parents were both all born overseas.
Mm-hmm.
My entire life, people have been trying to get me to pronounce my name differently, man, or change it,
Yeah.
and like water it down to whatever they feel comfortable saying. I'm like,
Yeah.
but that's not my fucking name.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just bid humble pie, whatever. But it's like, hang on, man.
The older you get, the more you realize, no. That's
Yeah.
this is what it, before it used to be to try and fit in or whatever.
Exactly.
Like, it's like, nah.
But that's not the first thought when I wake up in the morning. Like,
Nah.
I'm trembling, like, and getting on social media just to lose my shit over it.
But like I always say this: social media is not real life. They try to base trends off that to then influence real life, which is unfortunate. But I mean, if you're taking your news advice and life advice from social media, that's another big problem as well.
Well, this full circles back to our last talk about the 4chan thing where they troll people to
Yeah.
believe.
I thought about that Taylor Swift thing for a long time.
Did you?
Yeah. That is so insensitive, like
Yeah.
to refuse to give the
Yeah.
prize to the deaf school because they wouldn't appreciate they wouldn't be able to appreciate the award, like
Yeah.
the ticket. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. I mean, they know that, like, TikTok, they know that it's made to dumb down the youth.
Yeah.
Basically. They know it. It's been made by, I don't know, Chinese. It's,
Oh, your mate Musk buying Twitter.
yeah.
Has he got
Oh,
the
yeah.
capital for it now?
I don't know. But did you hear the funniest thing?
No.
Before him, the highest shareholder, like the person with the most in shares
In Twitter itself.
in Twitter, was a Saudi prince.
Really?
Yeah. I just find that very, I don't know, ironic. Just because, being Saudi, you would think, well, Twitter's supposed to be this whole thing about freedom of speech.
Saudi
And
militants.
a Saudi, prince is.
Hey, they might
owns a
run. They
shareholder.
might run under a caliphate, but they're not stupid investors. Look at Dubai.
Yeah, I know.
I was
know.
just about to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Dubai's very
Saudis know how to make
open.
money.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I just find that,
No, it's a great irony.
Yeah.
But it's like if I went and bought stocks in TikTok or whatever, I wouldn't be caught dead using a TikTok account.
Yeah,
But here
no.
I am. Yeah, just doing these ones, just counting coin.
Andrew Russo.
Yeah. Wait, is Musk going to buy Twitter or what?
I think it's.
He's made
It's
an
pretty
announcement
much-
for a new plan now, which he's strategically looking at buying it out. Yeah, outright.
Wait, what's Twitter even worth?
$20.
20 bags.
He had to sell off a few assets.
I would say
one of his Teslas just there.
I would say probably 100 billion.
Do we just Google this thing? Hang on.
Probably just Google it.
Wait. Let me suss it out.
We should make a critique of Twitter, make the shares drop.
Twitter value.
We'll definitely influence the market.
Boop.
It actually goes up.
We did it.
Fraction of a cent.
Insider trading.
Twitter value.
Sell.
Hang on. Revenue, $5 billion in 2021. Operating income, $272.96 million. Net income, they lost a lot of money last year. Total assets, $14.06 billion last year. Twitter is worth $13.3 billion.
Is that all?
Yeah.
The belief
What's
is
Musk
that
worth?
A lot more than that.
Yeah.
$13.3 billion is what Twitter's worth.
He's like he's currently
value.
the richest man in the world, I think.
Well, he beat your mate, Bezos.
Yeah.
He's worth $273 billion.
So he can easily buy it.
And behind Musk is Bezos with an estimated worth of $188 billion.
Oh,
Because he lost some of that to his wife.
busy. He's been selling those super yachts. That's why.
That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
Like that's more money than God. Like that's ridiculous. That's more money that's ever existed.
I am God. Calm down, Bezos.
It's not even God. It's Jeff. Shut up, Jeff.
Shut up, Jeff.
Give me another coffee. What do you mean?
He just comes hovering in here. Oh, shit.
It's
like Iron Man. So I saw a meme about that. It's like when you've got like the money like Bezos, but you're not even like a superhero yet.
Yeah.
Like you can't even be like a poor man's Iron Man. Like what are you doing? Just lame as shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could easily
well, it's a
buy
space
it.
race now.
No,
That's
hang
why.
on. So it could easily buy Twitter, but what's Musk's motivation to buy Twitter?
There's speculative.
Back to
There's
our
a
freedom
lot
of
of
speech corner.
Well, that's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
Because you can't say anything about
Things.
things. No, I'll say
Shouldn't.
you can't say anything about LGBT. You can't even. So you got women who are saying that transitioned men into women aren't real women, and they're getting banned.
Yeah.
You can't comment. You can only like anything that's pro whatever is okay. Left. You can criticize anybody you want that's contrary to left, but then the second someone says something about left, they're instantly banned. And so it's like, well, that's not freedom of speech, is it?
So he wants to essentially just remove that barrier.
He wants a full freedom of speech.
That's, yeah. And he did some survey about, do you think Twitter is honouring its thing about freedom of speech?
Do you reckon?
It was like 250,000 votes.
I mean, he's got the most,
millions
I
of
think he's got
votes.
the most followers in Twitter in any account.
And it was like 90% was like no.
Having a platform where freedom of speech is open market, do you reckon it's a good thing?
Well, I don't know.
I think Twitter originally was freedom of speech is the issue. They never stopped people from talking about things, and suddenly it's done the flip, and now that's what the concern is.
Yeah.
I think some people should not have a megaphone.
It's like Netflix.
That's true, but that megaphone will be judged accordingly by rational people.
Yeah, but it's not. Rational people don't rule the world.
He's got you there.
Yeah, that's true.
Checkmate.
I mean, it's not a gotcha. I'm just saying, like,
No.
That said, like I was saying, the Netflix thing.
What Netflix thing?
They dropped a considerable amount. What was it? 50 million
they lost it's the first
in one
time.
day.
Yeah.
Something about passwords or something?
No, man. It's about the direction they're taking it. Well, like they're cancelling all the shows. They're letting these really sort of progressive, weird shows through and continuing
They're producing very woke content.
But they're getting rid of all the rest.
The stuff people want.
And so the subscriber count just
It's the first time in 10
day.
years they've lost, subscribers. In 10 years, the first time they've actually made a loss.
Stock price dumped, like hard.
Like, they make losses in subscribers, but they gain subscribers every day,
Yeah.
So it's
leveraging.
But
Yeah.
it's the first time they've actually lost more than what they've gained. It was like a loss of 2 million subscribers.
But it was 50 million.
I could have been, I don't know, yeah.
Or whatever it was, yeah.
But they
It
lost
was
a
large
crap ton of money.
Yeah, well, if a service is no longer providing product that you want, you stop buying.
Exactly.
Or you buy it out, which is the Twitter.
But that's the case with everything: movies, TV shows, games, all these streaming services. They're producing all this woke stuff, and they're
trying to force the hand of woke progressiveness when the world isn't that way inclined.
No, because like you were saying, yeah, exactly, they're not inclined, but the people who are on like not content, like basically the people who are on social media, they're the loudest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's a much larger proportion of the world's population disagree, but they're not as vocal.
Speaking about vocal, Depp versus Heard.
Oh, yes.
Yeah? That started like 6 years ago.
No, it was like 2.
No, like initially, like the whole thing.
Oh, yeah,
it was like 2016 or something. 2017 when he first started going through the court system. Have you read into it? Like, you actually know what's going on?
Oh, she's psycho.
Over the years, little trickles of information. I noticed when the finger thing started happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on my couch just out of it today, and I started watching those courtroom things. I don't know.
I love his reactions to
I saw a video of it pop up on Instagram. I'm like, so I lay down on the couch. I got like some tureki, like the sweet bread, made a coffee, and just laid down and started binging and just watching the It's so ridiculous. But I'm more concerned and interested in what's going to happen once this court thing's done. Because she's sued him for like defamation. She sued him for this, for that. Then he countersued for $50 million. Then she countersued that.
So from what I understand, the first court case that was in London, it was in England?
I don't know.
There's the first case that was in England because they were in England. I don't know. And he lost that from what I'm aware of. Because that was the first initial stuff, and that was all at the start of like the Me Too stuff, and basically got his ass handed to him, and he got cancelled on everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Like you said, off all the movies, all the franchises, everything. And I love like the fact that he had everything recorded.
Yeah, I was reading about it. It was a therapy session or something.
Yeah.
They had a therapist or something, and that's where that audio came from.
But now, like, his friend testified, and
his bodyguard.
And everything, and she's just,
security guards, everyone has testified saying she's a nut job.
Yeah.
But, like, they've got her on audio confirming that she attacked him, confirming that she's been abusive, confirmed that she's been the aggressor.
Yeah.
So what happens to Johnny Depp's last 6 years?
Well, he lives off that $500 million, and
he countersued her for $50. He sued her for $50 million for defamation.
Yeah.
She countersued for $100 million.
Yeah.
And that's what they're in court.
Yeah.
He lost the Pirates franchise. Lost.
Yeah. Well, he's suing on the fact that he's lost of all this money. All these things.
But surely his share of even just the Pirates franchise, plus all the work that he hasn't been able to do for 6 years, it's going to be worth more than $50
Well, he
million.
lost
but
the other big movie
Pirates
as well.
is dead in the water anyway. Like
but he was in
he was in the
Fantastic Beasts.
which is
the bad guy with the Harry Potter thing.
Yeah.
And he lost that job. He lost that role.
But that's what I mean. They came out.
I think he's done in Hollywood.
Antonio Banderas or something, right?
I don't know.
He's pretty much. I think he's done in Hollywood. Like, they won't, regardless, even if you're right.
But that's what I'm saying.
They're still like they've watched.
They cancelled him based on A, B, and C because you got a blonde white woman basically crying wolf.
Yeah.
It's now Johnny Depp that's come out with like the battered photos and the audio and the confession on tape. So what happens now? Are they going to throw her out as well, or?
Well, no, because Warner Brothers doubled down on her for Aquaman 2.
That's what I'm saying.
They kept her, even though there was all these petitions and everybody was vocal. We don't want her on there. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
They're going to lose money. That movie will flop.
Yeah.
It will flop regardless of what Momoa brings to it. People will not go and watch it because of her. Rational people, will vote with their money.
Yeah.
And, and that's the thing, like all these mediums, not music, like TV shows, movies and that, they're saying that nobody's watching it and they still keep double downing on it. There's no money there. People aren't consuming it because they don't want it. So if you put someone there they don't want and you lose it, we've confirmed her for Aquaman 3.
I don't know. I just, they cancelled him beyond repair.
Yeah.
And he was right all along.
Yeah.
So then what? It's fine because he's a man.
He'll get a pat on the back, sorry, take your money and just live
Well, it's
your
like
life
those
quietly.
falsely imprisoned people, right?
Yeah.
30 years in prison. Oh, sorry. Go enjoy your life. That's it. That's all they get.
Yeah. Like there's all those young dudes in America and UK, like, you know, they're going to jail because they've been same thing, falsely accused
You know what
of.
really annoyed me? That all those teachers that popped up, especially in the States, of like female teachers, like
Yeah.
between the ages of 22 to 26, you know, diddling 14-year-olds and 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
Suspended sentence 7 months. What do you mean? It's child abuse.
Yeah.
Suspended sentence 8 months.
It's rape. Well, it's rape is what it is.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's rape.
Yeah.
It's statutory rape. Oh, sentenced to 5 years, suspended for 8 months. What?
I remember seeing a video in the
Gavin
UK.
Hopper's still in prison. You know, got out a couple of years ago.
I remember seeing a video in the UK where there
They're
was
not celebrities.
a woman in the UK basically at knife point with her ex, basically forced him and she raped him. The police came, I don't know if they arrested or whatever, went to court and they're like, well, the definition of rape is penetration, so technically he didn't rape you. So, like, you didn't rape him. So it was more like a
Sexual assault.
not even sexual, it was just like assault.
Harassment.
Yeah. Like they were refusing to...
What?
Yeah. They're like, well, technically, the definition of rape is, penetration.
Has to be penile penetration?
Yeah. Even though she wrote him, basically they were like, he didn't, rape in the British interpretation is a man raping a woman, so therefore men can't be raped by women.
Gotcha. Okay. So her doing the insertion doesn't...
No. It's not rape. It was just like forced, like
Aggressive assault or whatever.
No, it was like basically like held against your will, not kidnapping,
Like imprisonment.
like false. I don't know what they called it, but this was a few years ago too. Probably 3 years ago, just before COVID.
Okay, all right. Here we go. So, looking back on it now, if this was to happen to you guys, what would you think?
What do you mean?
Like, if we
were held against our will and taken advantage of.
Correct. Back in the day, would it be
As
something
teenagers
that would bother
or-
you now?
Wait, do you mean as a teenager or do you mean like as an adult?
So thinking about it now, if it happened to you as a teenager, would you be upset by it, or would you just whatever?
All the victims come out and they're upset, man.
But I'm saying, you guys personally, do you think that you could look back on it if a female teacher did that to you? Would you be upset by it, or would you just be like, eh?
No, don't worry about me, right?
I'm asking you and him.
Hang on, wait. Let's use a staple for now, and then come to me. Every student comes out and says they're freaking traumatized about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Every time, because they've been groomed, then they get unwanted. Other than being violated, they've been getting unwanted attention from friends, press. Their reputation going into uni. You got kids at like 14, 15, 16 years old that have been groomed by superiors, that they all come out traumatized. They never come out on top of it, man. It's not like they were 19.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
In your formative years.
Yeah.
And it's more then this is the question that's always overlooked. And a guy that I used to work with brought it up when one of these first cases sort of popped up. Yeah. He said, irregardless of what the mentality is from the victim, because that's what they are, the victims, irregardless, they're still minors. Yeah? He goes, how would you feel if you're sending your daughter to school or your son or whatever and get inappropriately, what's it called? Proposition.
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
Yeah. By the people that you're leaving them in care for.
Yeah. There's a level of trust with...
That level of trust is gone.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to think that, the people watching your kids, because like to a father... his 15-year-old son, he's still his 15-year-old son or 14-year-old son or whatever.
Yeah.
He's a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid. You're sending him to school, man. You're not sending him out into the real world, go get a job and a date.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And anyone that wants to play it down is full of shit.
Yeah.
Period.
I
I don't
agree.
care what anyone says, man.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a big difference, like, because I've heard people say, oh, but, it can happen to two kids. And I'm like, it's not the same. There's no trust between two kids. The kids are being kids. They're experimenting. They're experiencing.
Yeah, they're
whatever.
formative years.
It's so different. It's
With
not
an
the
adult,
same at all.
It's manipulation. It's
I remember
everything.
a mate of mine once brought it up as well. He said it's different for women because, we were well, it's not how we always say. History has proven that male perpetrators are always handed heavier sentences than that have committed the crime, as opposed to women. And it's like, oh, well, what the big deal is, blah, 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 blah. It's worse off for women, girls in their formative years. Someone I know once said that the argument there to be had is the fact that women, teenage girls going through high school, like puberty, everything else, social construct, la, la, la. By high school, they're starting to understand what power they have as women in society. The effect they're having on, boys in their classes.
Yeah.
All that sort of thing. They're starting to get attention. They're starting to understand the power of, we're talking about basic science here. We're not talking about anything, going above and beyond. Just rudimentary sort of, genetics and social construct. But by that age, they're already starting to figure out the sway of power that they have purely on but just being a woman.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're going out being predators. I'm just saying they're starting to understand
It's
it.
naturally happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But teenage boys have got no fucking idea. They're controlled completely by their hormones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're loose cannons and they're loaded guns.
Everything's sexual.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everything is amped up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying as a point of just a point of difference.
Yeah.
Timmy, I'm going to introduce you to your cum suck.
That's disgusting.
Use it wisely.
Disgusting,
You
man.
get those thoughts. Stay away from the girls. Keep it in the sack. Timmy, what's your cum suck doing on that fireplace this Christmas?
You're going to be a terrible father. It's just...
I'm going to be a fantastic father.
Yeah, okay.
He's going to be the type that picks it up and be like, you got to watch these more often. Smash.
No, you want
It just shatters into pieces.
He's going to be the type that has
Timmy, these only come once a year.
He's got a projector set up where he's got nothing but just the Third Reich just playing.
Why Third Reich? What the hell, man?
Kids walk in the door every day.
Just saluting.
Hey, that's not a proper goose step.
Just click the heels. Show some
I want to hear it.
It's going to have like a sausage factory
Have
going.
you played Hell Let Loose?
I've heard of it. I haven't played it.
So the end of round song, If You Win for the Germans, is actually quite a catchy tune, which is pretty funny. I can't do it for reference here, but that would be the tune, for the kid to go to school.
I always picture this. Hang on, I'll find it. I know Andy would have played this game, but I know you really didn't. I've got it, don't worry.
I'm going to try and find it, send it to you.
Which one?
This German song. I don't know. I've got to look it up.
I always think, whenever I think of Germans and themes, I always think of this no matter what. This is just iconic, man. Andy will know it straight away.
Why does that sound so familiar?
This got a lot of flack when it came out. Come on, man. Dude.
Right. I was like, what intro song is this?
Yeah. The actual theme is
Right.
like an SS
Yeah.
Like
Salute.
yeah, it's actually like a Reich.
I think it's this song.
What?
This one here.
Really?
It sounds similar.
What's it
Type
called?
in When Germany Wins in Hell Let Loose.
Germany wins.
It could be a throwback to Wolfenstein, I'm going to guess.
Hang on.
It's that
one
one
now?
there, yeah. So this is just a mock-up, but this is it.
Start by filling in that little top part. Looks like a heart on your lip. Just kind of get it in there. Fill it in a few different times just to kind of get a real deep color. And then kind of go in here at the bottom.
It sounds a little bit like it with a dun dun.
I think it's different.
No,
that's
different.
what-
It's definitely different. The one, it's got an actual name. I can't remember the name of the actual the song that Wolfenstein one. But they got a lot of flack for the fact that they used it because it's a Third Reich like march, theme song to one of the parties.
Well, that's a March theme song too. That's what the songs
okay.
used to. Yeah.
Do you know what I did today? You want my Sunday? I said this to a man of mine. My Sunday consisted of at least 35 minutes of me on YouTube looking for, every time you see like a carnival in America or like a fair, like a county fair, like all that big band music. I was trying to find that specific one because I don't know what it's called. So I was on YouTube searching for.
Why did you think of that song?
I can't remember.
It wasn't the Krusty episode with Homer. Because that's a song that will sound similar.
No, it wasn't that. I can't remember why. Something triggered me, but I spent at least 35 minutes on YouTube looking for big band marching themes from the States. And there was everything like Hail to the Chief, the Yankee Doodle, and like the Star Spangled Banner. Like every version of like a big band marching song. That's what we do on Sundays.